right. Who wants to take a trip up north this week? And by that, I mean the AFC North, that is. We've arrived to week 3, and a key divisional matchup is on our midst here. We got on one end, the team that won the division, not only in our timeline, but in this playthrough last season as well. On the other side, a team that's probably destined to end up 9-8 because, NFL law. It is how it is. So for this week, we got ourselves a good one. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns in another fine week of football. I'm starting to warm up, but hey, there you go. Howdy, folks. It's Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the third week of our Strat-O-Matic football playthrough, where this week we find ourselves dealing with a key AFC North matchup as the 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers take on the 2-0 Cleveland Browns. As I mentioned in the intro, the Browns were the team that not only won the division in this playthrough, but also in our real timeline. Both those teams ended up 10-7. And if I recall correctly, in our timeline, they got kicked out of the first round. In this playthrough, I believe the Browns did win a playoff game before getting eliminated. But regardless, Cleveland's back and looking to try to make it back. On the other hand, side is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are the away team, who, as I mentioned, are destined to end up 9-8 no matter what. Well, they're 1-1, so they're off in the right direction. Whether they make the playoffs is a whole different story, but, that's the joke going on with them these days. So, anyways, it's a critical divisional matchup for both teams, as you might expect. Winner gets more leverage in the AFC North. Loser is in less good shape, to say the least. So, before I begin, and while I take a moment to set up, we do need to review what happened in week 2. So with that being said, let us show the footage as to what happened. Alright, I'm just about ready here. For reference here, the Steelers will be in red, Browns will be in green. I mean, there is no brown colored pieces with this set, so they'll have to settle for green. So, hey, it is what it is. So, with that being said, let us start the game here. Steelers are the visiting team, so they will call this odds. Oh, look at that. It's odds. And they're going to take the second half kickoff, it is. So, Browns will start us off. So, here we go. Steelers, Browns. Let's see what we got. Okay, I don't know why I'm rolling that one. Let's see. Pittsburgh is kicking off. We're going to the 3. And this is going to get returned for a gain of number 1 back. Oh, good grief. No way. 15 yards. And it's a fumble already. And the Steelers get it. What? How the heck did that happen? Oh, God. So on the opening kickoff, Jerome Ford fumbles it. What on earth is... Hey, we were doing so good on the special teams this year, and all of a sudden we have our first major blunder right from the start. Good grief. Oh, that is not supposed to happen. I don't know who forced the fumble. I'm just going to say special teams, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Good job, Jerome Ford. You done messed up. So yeah, Pittsburgh will have it at Cleveland's 18 right from the jump. Good grief, that is the worst way you can open a game. All right. Let's do Pittsburgh's starting lineup, even though I wasn't expecting this at all. We got Kenny Pickett as the quarterback here. Remember, this is from 2022, so of course he's a cute quarterback here. We have a slight injury. There's no Deontay Johnson, so Steven Sims will get the start at the split here. This will no doubt change a little bit of strategy for the Steelers. Najee Harris is your starting running back. Zach Gentry is actually going to be starting tight end, and Pat Freiermuth has to be the starting fullback / blocking back / slot. Since Gentry's only eligible for tight end, but Freiermuth will be the starting tight end, and George Pickens will show up in the flanker. So hopefully that Johnson injury doesn't affect them too much. Much the same way as this turnover hopefully doesn't affect the Browns too much. That was pretty wild. But anyways, we are off, and it is 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 18. They're already in scoring range, just like that. 6 with a potential penalty. Well, it's a 6-yard gain if this holds up. Let's see, and it will. All right, so Najee Harris gets 6 yards on this first carry of the game. All right, we're off to a 2nd and 4. I've got options upon options, but I'm going to flat it to Freiermuth, speaking of whom. 11 on a flat. And Freiermuth is going backwards. He's going the wrong way. Loses a yard. Whoops. Bad play call. Shouldn't have done the tight end screen, buddy. Okay, that's a 3rd and 5 now. No, yeah, 3rd and 5. This should be at the 8. You know what? Sure. And Cleveland will see this coming as they now think pass. Okay. 8 on a flat. We're rolling on Pickens' card. And he gets nothing because it's incomplete. So leave it to the Steelers to kind of squander any shot of a touchdown off the opening drive. So field goal it is, because we got to take advantage of this somehow. So Chris Boswell's going for a 30-yarder. And I believe we're okay. Yes, kick is good. So the Steelers do cash in, probably just not the way they were hoping for. It's a Chris Boswell 30-yard field goal. After the opening kickoff got fumbled, but you know what? Some points are better than no points, so it's 3-0 Steelers at the first shot. The Browns defense is able to hold there, so good for them, but just not good there for the Steelers. Oops. Oh well. All right. Now hopefully this kickoff isn't fumbled. Let's try this again. Let us try this again. Number 5 from the 2. Oh, I need a green. My bad. Okay. Hold on to the ball. That's all I ask. Okay, he held on to the ball. I'm pretty... Well, now hold on. This might end up... Which back is it? Number 2? Okay, Jerome Ford held on to the ball this time, I'm pleased to announce. He got 29. So there we go. Jerome Ford, you held on to the ball. You did well. So good for you. Good for you. Okay. Browns starting lineup. Now that they're down, entering the field of play down 3-0 already. Deshaun Watson is going to be the quarterback. Yes, I know, but we're going to ignore all that shenanigans from him. Also, I chose Watson as the starting quarterback since he is technically the quarterback for real in our scenario. So I could have gone Jacoby Brissett, but we'll leave Watson in there. Amari Cooper is the split. We're going to have Nick Chubb be at the running back. David Njoku will be the starting tight end. I'm going to deploy Harrison Bryant to start us off at the fullback slot spot, with David Bell appearances maybe likely happening, and Donovan Peoples-Jones at the flanker spot. Okay, speaking of running the football, let's go there. 1st and 10 from the 34. I need my down marker. Hello. Okay, we got that. Try it again. 1st and 10. Chubb's first carry of the game only goes a yard. Okay. Second and 9. We'll try them again. Actually, Pittsburgh will not see this coming. They're going to guess pass. 9 on an off tackle. We'll give him Chubb 3 more yards. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. So now it's passing time. 3rd and 6. 5, and that is incomplete. Watson was looking for Njoku, and he found nothing. Okay, that stinks. All right, the punter is coming out. 4th down. 4th and 6 for reference. I don't think that'll be an issue unless it's a 15-yard penalty or whatever. 47-yard punt. And this gets returned for whoever the number 1 back is. How about Steve Sims getting nothing on the return? He'll fair catch it at the 15. And that's where we stand with 11 and a half remaining. So Cleveland does nothing on their opening drive. All right, so that's where things stand on the opening drives. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. And with that being said, let us skip to the next highlight. So roll that beautiful footage. Yay! All right, you know what? So here's the deal. It was 4th and 9. I had just punted, and then Pittsburgh lined up offsides to give us a 4th and 4. I'm going to go for it. We're going to do it. I'm going for it. All right, 4th and 4. We'll see if we'll make him pay for that offsides penalty or if this will be an absolutely stupid decision, but I'm going to go for it. 4th and 4 from the Pittsburgh 47. They need 4 yards. Let's see what the Cooper does. Well, we got to roll on this card. And that was the wrong decision. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. That was not what I was hoping would happen, but alas, that is exactly what's going to happen. Pittsburgh gets it at their own 47 as Watson was looking for Amari Cooper, and he found nothing. Rats. That was the wrong choice. All right, Pittsburgh gets it back at their own 47 with 5.5 remaining, unfortunately. Nice try, Cleveland. You should have just stuck to punting. Oh, well. 2nd down. You know what? I think this is a perfect time for this. All right. Cleveland will think run, and they'll miss this. Ten on a long. To the receiver to Pickens. And that is going for 38 big ones. Nice. 6. Bam! All the way down to the 14. George Pickens for 38. How about that? Nice. Nothing like a 38-yard completion to get things going. And just like that, Pittsburgh finds itself in the red zone after that huge pass play to George Pickens. All right, 1st and 10 from the 14 as the first quarter is about to come to an end here. All right, unless this is a 2, it's going to be a loss of 1. And we were halfway there, but nope. It's going to be a loss of 1 it is. And that is how period number 1 ends. Very boring first quarter outside of the turnover. This game has definitely settled down, and it's 3-0, but Pittsburgh's getting very close to scoring yet again. Okay, now that was a 2nd and 11 here. Cleveland's going to assume pass, and they're going to miss this. Let's see. Harris is only getting 2, though, on the off tackle. All right, that's fine. And we've got a 3rd and 9 coming up here. Let's try Sims here. 7 on a flat. Short gain, that's a first down, and this might even be a touchdown. Hang on. We might have a touchdown. No, we don't. Steven Sims catches it, gets the first down, but gets pushed out right at the 1 yard line. Well, not tackled right at the 1 yard line, I should say. He still got what he needed to, but that was very close to being a touchdown for him. All right. We have a 1st and goal to go now from the 1. All right, Derek Watt, you can enter. Yes, Pittsburgh has 2 Watts on their team. Double bonus for them. All right, 1st and goal to go from the 1. We're going to see if we can punch it in with Najee Harris here with a fullback in tow. First up. Okay, this is going to be an odd one. 2 through 6 or 12, it's a fumble. Everything else, it's a touchdown. And it is a fumble! And the Browns get it! No! Harris had the 1 yard for the touchdown, but he fumbles the ball away, and Cleveland gets the ball at the 20-yard line via touchback. No way! No freaking way. Are you kidding me? He had it. He had it all, and he blew it. Oh, you fool. Okay, who forced the fumble at the very last second? Myles Garrett, I'm going to say, forced it and picked and recovered it, too. So, of course... Okay, then. That was weird. Sorry about that. Oh, that's okay. That turns out that was my chair. All right, good to know. The crowd is reacting very negatively to that, but well, Steelers fans watching this at least. But Myles Garrett forces the fumble right before Harris can cross the plane, and he picks it up in the back end zone. It's a touchback. Cleveland gets it at the 20 rather than right at the 1. Oh, that sucked. That sucked, and that could come back to haunt Pittsburgh. Granted, they're still up 3-0, but that is not what they wanted. Oh, dear. It's just been that kind of game right now where the defenses have just been dominating. So, Pittsburgh had a chance to get it. I'm going to bring Kareem Hunt in. And no dice. No dice, ladies and gentlemen. No scoring. Sad. 11. Short gain first down for David Njoku. He is going 17. All right. There you go. So 17 for David Njoku here. All right. Cleveland has now taken that fumble and has now moved it all the way to Pittsburgh's red zone. They're looking at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal to go from there. Can Cleveland cash in on the turnover and get a score of their own to at least tie it? Well, let's see what Nick Chubb does on the first carry. Oh, that's going to be a touchdown. Yeah, short gain touchdown. I don't even need to roll for that because the minimum is 10. So Nick Chubb finishes it off just like that for our first touchdown of the game. Finally, we managed to have it happen. Now, can Cade York add the extra point? Okay, only on 11 is a problem. That is not an 11, so it's good. So there you go. Unlike Pittsburgh, who fumbled the ball right at the 1-yard line, Cleveland manages to punch it in via the running game. And when they get a chance, and it's Nick Chubb with the 5-yard TD run, cap off an impressive drive for Cleveland. And they are now in the lead, 7-3. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Just as kind of a heads up, in case it does happen, Pittsburgh does get the ball to start the second half, even though technically they got the ball to start the first half, if you think about it. Double bonus for them, I guess, but that's what happens when you fumble the opening kickoff, so. All right. Onward. Okay, last time Pittsburgh was in this position, they fumbled the ball away. Let's not do that again, all right? Come on, people. Let's get our act together. 1st and 10 from the 17. I'll allow that. Najee Harris is going nowhere. What else is new? All right, 2nd down here and 10. I'm going to throw it to Sims. And this is going, well, he's getting 7, but let's see if this penalty is any significance. Yep, that's probably going to be a holding as it's number 5. Oh, yeah, holding offense. That's a 10-yard penalty, and it's 2nd down. And funny enough, that is the 2-minute warning of all things. So, yeah, 2-minute warning coming up, and oh dear, 2nd and 17. Ugh. All right, well, we'll try it. 2nd and 17 here. You know what? Cleveland's going to guess the run, thinking they're going to want to drain a timeout from them, and they are actually correct. There we go. Last minute change there. And sure enough, they were correct, although does this 7-yard run hold for starters? Yeah, so the 7-yard run holds. So Harris gets 7. Does Pittsburgh want to call a timeout, or does Cleveland? It's now 3rd and 13. You know what? Somebody is calling a timeout for sure, and the correct answer is actually Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh surprisingly calls a timeout. That's their first, and they think they can get this now. All right, 3rd and 13. We're going to try a short pass to Pickens here. Let's see what we got. He caught a long one earlier. Let's see if it works out for him this time. No, how about an incomplete pass? That's not working. So Pickett was looking for Pickens, and there's nothing there. All right, Pittsburgh, you are forced to kick a 37-yard field goal here. All right, Boswell from 37. Kick is away. And Boswell doinks it off the upright, but it's still good. Okay, we'll take that. So Boswell connects on his 2nd field goal of the game to bring Pittsburgh to within a single point. It is now 7-6 with a minute 37 remaining in this half. Pittsburgh does get the ball to start the 2nd half, but hey, at least they were able to cash that drive in for some points, unlike the last one. Cough, cough. All right, enough about that. Kickoff time. Let's see. 7 and the number 1 back. Okay, so Cleveland will essentially have a minute and a half, unless they fumble this one too. No, that's not a fumble for sure. I'm trying to figure out. All right, let's see. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Okay, Jerome Ford gets 22. So Cleveland will start at the 29. They will have a minute and a half remaining, and they have all 3 timeouts. So we'll see what they can do. They're definitely going to try this for sure. I can tell you that right now. So we're bringing in the 3rd receiver, David Bell. Chubb can stay, and we're off. All right, 1st and 10 here. Pittsburgh's playing pass, thinking they're going to go for it, and sure enough, that's what's happening. 1st and 10 here from the 29. We kind of need our down marker here. Minute and a half remaining, all 3 timeouts, and we're off. 10. Oh, God. 2 through 6. This is a problem. Nope, that is none of the above. It's an incompletion. I had an interception roll planned, but alas, no dice, so it's incomplete to Cooper. All right. That's fine. That's fine. 2nd and 10. 6 and a flat this time. Incomplete. He was looking for Watson was looking for Cooper yet again and found nothing yet again. Funny how that works. 3rd down. 3rd and 10. 4 on a short. Oh, here we go again. 2 through 6, 11 or 12. No! Wait a minute. Wait, what? Yeah, 2 through 6, 11, or a 12. No! Never mind. I was reading the wrong one. Incomplete, the Donovan Peoples-Jones. And even worse, the cornerback drops an interception. Oh, dear. That was Levi Wallace that had the pick, and he dropped it. Oi! All right. Well, that was the most anticlimactic drive I've ever seen. Okay. Punt. So 2 interception rolls, and neither one of them end up bad. But, boy, that could have ended up a lot worse. Meanwhile, this is a 28-yard punt. And it's getting returned for... Uh-oh. I don't like those 3s and 11s. That usually is a fumble roll, but let's see if it is. Wow, would you look at that? Stevenson loses 3 yards, and it's a fumble! No! I'm not going to count the X. That was the return, determine if there's a return or not. But thankfully, Pittsburgh keeps the ball. That could have been really bad had Pittsburgh committed a special teams foul of their own. But thankfully, Sims kept hanging on. Somebody on Pittsburgh jumped on the ball, and they keep it. So rather than giving the Browns a good shot at getting some points, they instead will have 1st and 10 at the 19. So, whew, that was too close. Let us not do that again. All right, I'm bringing in Jalen Warren. We'll go 3 wide receivers, so Gunnar Olszewski makes his 2nd appearance. I put him in earlier. And 1st and 10, Pittsburgh's going to try and do something too. All right, they've got a minute with 2 timeouts, so it certainly is doable for them to at least get a field goal to try and take the lead. All right, you got a minute remaining. 7 on a flat, and they're going to start off with a short gain. Sims is going to get 15 and wander out of bounds at the the 34. So that was a good play from him. So Sims for 15 to start us off. All right, 1st and 10, do it again. Pickens will have to get this one. Another one, yeah, another short gain. This time there's a penalty rule attached to it. Pickens has 15 if it stands, and nope, that play never happened. False start. False start offense, 5-yard penalty. That play never even existed. 1st and 15. Ouch. At least no time comes off the clock. 8 on a short. No, incomplete. Pickett was looking for Pickens again. No dice there, and we're off to a 2nd and 15. 45 seconds remaining. 8 on a flat to the receiver. There's a penalty. Sims is not going to have anything unless... Number 5. Ugh. Holding, right? Yep. And the Browns are actually going to accept that one to make it a little bit worse for them. Just so they can have an excuse to drain the clock more. Or maybe force Pittsburgh into a mistake or something. Speaking of which, it's now... Oh, good grief. Is it really 2nd and 25? Ugh. Yeah, 2nd and 25. This is not looking good. And Cleveland's ready to use timeouts. Short to Pickens. We're rolling on him, and he gets nothing, incomplete. So Pickens will get nothing. All right, 3rd down. I'm just going to give up here. 6 on an end run. Warren gets 8. So obviously he's nowhere near the 1st down. But the whole point of that was to get Cleveland to use a timeout. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Cleveland will take their 1st timeout. All right. They might be looking to set something up. All right. Punt is away on 4th down and way too long for me to even note. 46-yard punt. Returned for a gain of, let's see if this does anything significant. Oops, wrong one. That's pretty certain quarterbacks can't return punts. Speaking of which, it's a fair catch, so there's that. All right. All right, we've got 15 seconds on the clock and 2 timeouts, so Watson can do something. It's just probably it's going to be one of those where he chucks it into the air and hope for his receiver is somewhere in the vicinity. Not exactly the best strategy, but we have no choice here. Hopefully this is not some kind of interception or something stupid like that. Anyways, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Where's Cooper? Cooper's down there somewhere. Okay, 1st and 10, even though the down and distance is kind of meaningless at this point. 1st and 10 from the 27. See if this works. Stranger things have happened. Ooh, to the receiver to Cooper. Might have something. We do not. It's an incomplete pass. Ugh. Watson, no surprise, threw it to the Cooper, and he almost connected with him, but not quite. All right, 2nd down. I am going to try Njoku before I finally give up. All right. 6 on a long, and Watson's just going to run it. I will tell you right now, this is going to end the half. There's no point in me. Well, maybe not. Okay, Watson gets 8 as he's flushed out of the pocket. You know what? I'll try one more pass. I'm sure nothing bad will happen, and Cleveland's going to take their 2nd timeout, and this play will end the half. Let's just yeet it to Cooper and see what the hell happens. All right. Yeah, he's going to have to run again, and that's how the half ends, with him getting flushed out for a 17-yard gain. Okay, that's impressive, but that's not going to help. Nope. Unfortunately, that 17-yard gain is not enough to do anything beyond that, so that is how the half ends. Very kind of anticlimactic ending to what ended up being kind of a boring half, if we're being honest. That was just pitiful from all angles, no matter how you sliced it. 7-6 Browns lead. I believe this is the lowest scoring half we've ever had in one of these playthroughs. Yikes. It's like offense decided not to show up. And sure enough, as we look into the stat sheet, well, that seems to be the case. Kenny Pickett, 9 of 18 for 111. What a terrible game that is. Not very good. At least his quarterback rating is somewhat nice. I'll give him that. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren did not do very much. But the key play is there's 2 fumbles, basically, for key plays. One of them was Najee Harris fumbling right at the 1. And sure enough, it ended up costing the Steelers a touchdown at minimum. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt them. So far it is. The receivers have done next to nothing. Boswell has kicked 2 field goals. The other end doesn't look any better. Watson is 10 of 20 for 81. That's just miserable. Chubb's got nothing on the rushing department, though he does have the rushing TD on the only good drive of the game they've had. Otherwise, the receiving front is just a mess. Cooper's line just looks awful to begin with. And then that fumble I was talking about was Myles Garrett's doing as he forced that fumble. There's been no sacks either, so this game has been very anticlimactic. But, of course, the Browns' mistake is fumbling the opening kickoff, which led to one of Pittsburgh's 2 field goals. This should read 7-6, by the way. But, yeah, that was a very bad, no good, terrible first half for both teams, really. Especially their offenses. They just cannot get anything going. It's been mainly a lot of short passes because none of them are very good at the long pass department at all, so this kind of thing is to be expected, a defensive battle. So we'll see if this continues, or much like I want to say the Raiders Commanders game from a couple weeks ago, things just randomly pick up and all of a sudden we're back. So let's begin the second half with the Steelers taking it, and we'll see if things get a little bit better. All right. 4th down and 3 here. And Pittsburgh managed to move the ball through the ground, and then, of course, the one time they threw it, they went backwards a yard. Doesn't that go figure? Well, they want to take the lead here, so out comes Chris Boswell for another field goal, 43 yards this time around. His kick is up. Let's see, 23 for 42. And is no good! He shanked it! Aye, for the second time this game, the Steelers have an impressive drive only to not come away with any points whatsoever as Chris Boswell shanks a 46-yard field goal. Ouch! So the Browns' lead stays intact, 7-6. Pittsburgh had 2 chances to score in this game, and they blew both. First with a fumbled run at the 1, and now this missed field goal. So, alas, that is 10 points that got left on the table from Pittsburgh. And Cleveland will take over with 11.5 remaining as they survive that impressive drive. Ugh, hate to see it. Come on, Pittsburgh. Stop doing this. This isn't funny. Sure enough, it's the Browns' turn to run the football, and their Chubb has been doing some work here. And now we found ourselves with a 3rd and 4 as the Browns enter the red zone. All right, 3rd and 4. You know what? Steelers are going to guess pass. They guessed wrong, but it's still only enough for 2 yards. As Chubb gets shoved out of bounds. He is 2 yards short of the first down, but he's at the 16. 4th and 2. The last time I went for it here, it didn't exactly work out too well for me. So do I want to go for it knowing that I need 2 yards, or do I just want to take the points, acknowledging my passing attack just has not been it? Remember, I attempted a 4th down earlier, and it didn't exactly work. You know what? I'm a sucker for these sort of things. All right, 4th and 2. I'm going for it. We're going for it on 4th and 2. Will there be a better result this time? How about no? 2 or a 12? Oh, that was close. There is a penalty roll, though, so that might bail him out. And sure enough, it does, because that play never even happened. That would have been a dropped interception roll. Instead, a false start erases that whole play. We pretend like it doesn't happen. And I guess that was the game's not-so-subtle way of telling me, hey, stupid, take the points. Okay, fine, you win. So, 4th and 7, Cade York. I guess the game is smarter than me, apparently. Kick is good, but what's this penalty? Well, look at that. Another false start penalty. So that kick never happened either. 2 false starts in a row. Jeez, Browns, you're the home team. You're not supposed to be doing that. All right. This time it's from 43. The kick is up. I have to look now. And Cade York is still good. Okay. So clearly the game did that just to make sure, just to make me pay for going for it on 4th down there. It added an extra false start penalty. But thank God the game saved me there, and good thing for the Browns too. So Cade York hits a 43-yard field goal after all, and it is 10-6 in favor of the Browns. Okay, dueling it once again. Passing the football has been an adventure for the Browns, so I will have to keep that in mind. But yeah, that could have ended poorly. Instead, luckily for the Browns, a false start penalty saved them. And then another one was just a game giving me the middle finger or something like that. All right, we're fine. 9 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, 10-6 Browns. All right, 4th and 2 here. Unfortunately, we are 1 yard outside of Boswell's field goal range. So I'm going to go for it because whatever. So 4th and 2. Sure, why not? Steelers are going for it, and 11 on a flat. Uh-oh. I bet you this is a loss of 1 because I've seen this before. And sure enough, yep. Yep. Why are we calling these screen passes? They do not work. Pittsburgh, you got to stop with this stuff. Well, yeah, as you might have expected, that went about as well as you would expect. It's a turnover on downs as Sims loses a yard, and yeah. What are we doing here, Pittsburgh? There was a good call, but good grief. I can't agree with the whole throw a screen in the backfield and hope it works strategy. It's not working. Stop that. All right, the Browns unfortunately will take over from their own 44 as a result. Good job, guys. All right, still 10-6 Browns. Watson looking for Cooper yet again, and no surprise to anybody, he can't find him. Okay, 4th and 8. Oh dear. Well, thankfully it's not a block, but it's a shank. Pretty bad one, too, 26. So this is going to end up with excellent field position for whoever the number 1 back is. And, uh-oh, wait a minute now. I don't know. Guess what? Sims goes backward 3 yards and fumbles the ball. And the Browns get it. Oh, dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, no. Now it's the Steelers' turn to commit Browns' turn to commit a special teams foul. You've got to be kidding me. So Sims fumbles yet another punt return, but this time the Browns actually jump on it. You can only get away with that so many times before it comes back to bite you. So now it's the Steelers' turn to commit a special teams foul. This time on a punt return. The Browns committed one on the opening kickoff. But yeah, this is not good for the Steelers. Oy. Browns will get it at their Pittsburgh 25 as a result. Okay, we're back in business. 1st and 10. See if the Browns can get any points off of this. Well, so far, not so good. As Chubb runs for no gain as he runs into a wall. Well, that was a flat... Well, I meant to do a line block, of course. Okay, now we're going to do a flat pass to him. 2nd and 10. 3. And would you look at that? They do cash in. Touchdown! It would have gone for 27, and Chubb gets the 25 he needs to get into the end zone. Wow. Well. They do manage to get it after all. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, extra point from Caleb York. Maybe good? Yeah, it is good. Okay, he does make it. So would you look at that, folks? The Steelers fumble a punt return, and sure enough, 2 plays later, Nick Chubb cashes it in from a 25-yard TD reception from Deshaun Watson. And the Browns extend their lead to 17-6. The special teams blunders, man. They are causing all sorts of havoc. That's the 2nd major one we've had, and this one time it leads to a disaster touchdown. Oh, dear. Steelers are not looking good. Their offense is struggling, and now this. Oh, boy. Steelers need to pick it up, or this could be this could spiral a little out of control. There's still 3:45 left in this game, so there's plenty of time by all means, but not if the Steelers' offense can't go anywhere, so... Browns are staying in the run defense. They're not totally convinced this is going somewhere. And sure enough, 2 for 6 or 12. And sure enough, it's a fumble. The Browns get it. Oh, dear. Najee Harris, what are you doing? He loses his 2nd fumble of the game. Oh, no. Oy. That's 2 fumbles that he has lost this game. Not good. 4, and Myles Garrett, I'll recognize that one. So Garrett picks up his second fumble of the game and forces a second fumble. Jeez, Myles Garrett, he has no sacks this whole game, but he has caused 2 fumbles and picked up both of them. My goodness, that man may not be getting to the quarterback, but he is sure as heck causing harm in the run defense game. That's the second fumble he's forced. And just like that, Cleveland has the ball yet again. 17-6. Ugh. Pittsburgh is just throwing this one away. My goodness. And George Pickens even had a big pass play too, and that goes for naught. All right, Browns are back. My goodness, 2.5 remaining. All right, of course we know where this is starting. 1st and 10 after that from the 44. 6, there's a penalty too. 5 yards if it holds. Oh, it's holding all right. And speaking of which, it's probably going to be a personal foul penalty. So Chubb gets his 5, and then let's throw on 15 more just for dramatic effect. All right. That is wonderful. 1st and 10, do it again. Essentially a 20-yard play. 3 on an off tackle, and short gain for Chubb. How about 19? Oh, boy. And wouldn't you know it, 2 plays later, and the Browns are already in the red zone. A 5-yard run from Chubb, a 15-yard personal foul penalty, and now a 19-yard run from Chubb just happened. And yeah, here we are. Chubb is now up over 100 yards. No surprise to anybody here. 1st and 10. 3 on a line buck. Chubb will grab 4 more. Why not? Why the heck not? All right, 2nd and 6. We're just going to keep rolling with him. I don't exactly trust his passing attack that much. 3 more yards for Chubb. We're at the 8. So that's an interesting 3rd and 4 call we've got to make here. Excuse me, 3rd and 3. Sure, why not? Pittsburgh is going to try to defend the run. They're more concerned about that because they too know the passing attack for the Browns has just been anemic. All right, 3rd and 3. 4. Oh, geez. Yep, it doesn't matter because touchdown. Chubb would have gotten 9. He needed 8 for the end zone, and he gets all of them for his 2nd TD of the game. Good grief. Extra point is maybe good? Yeah, it's good. Oh, man. Yeah, the Browns have broken this game wide open. Okay, I don't know what has happened there. Oh, there we go. I'm hitting wrong keys on my end. Good job, scoreboard operator. There you go. Nick Chubb. The Browns managed to cash in thanks with the help of Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett forcing that fumble. And yeah, this is not looking good for the Steelers. 24-6 as the 3rd quarter is about to come to an end. There's half a minute remaining, but this is now getting really bad for the Steelers. Another turnover costs them, and yeah, here we go. It is not good. All right, 4th and 4. We have no choice but to actually go for it here. So 4th and 4. No screen passes, by the way. That's not going to work. Well, good news is it worked. It got the first. Bad news is, what's this penalty? Nothing. So it actually did work. Well, look at that. The Steelers figured out you can actually, if you move forward rather than backwards, it works on 4th down. Okay. That was 4 yards to Freiermuth, by the way. Yeah, they had to go for it on 4th down. It's that way now, so drive continues. On to the next one. All right, 1st and 10 from the 44. All right, the Steelers are moving the football. thanks to a roughing the passer penalty. Ouch. All right, well, it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Can they finally score a touchdown? They are kind of moving the ball, I guess. Penalties be darned. Oh, look at that, an incomplete pass right as I say that. Pickett was looking for Sims. 2nd down here. They are mixing in some runs to try to help it, but Cleveland's more concerned about passes at this point, so they don't care what the running game produces. And there's a 6-yard gain. Because that's why. Time goes by quicker. Okay, we got a 3rd and 4 now. All right, we're back now. 3rd and 4. 2 on a flat. Oh, God, we're going backwards again. Why are you doing this, Pittsburgh? Stop it. They keep throwing these screen passes, and it's not working. It's Freiermuth going backwards another yard. I think that's like the 3rd time he's gone backwards on one of those. It's just been a nightmare. Speaking of nightmares, how about 4th and 5? This is probably for the game, more than likely, at this juncture. All right, 4th and 5. Pittsburgh can't have field goals. Are not going to help. Wait a minute. 18. I mean, they are down by 3 scores here. Now, hold on. Technically, the Steelers are down by 3 scores, and if I get this, it's actually field goal. It's actually down by 2. This is going to be kind of the coward's way out, but I'm actually going to kick a field goal. I'd rather be down by 15 than 18. So it's not going to make much difference. So we'll kick a field goal. Boswell from 28. Kick is away, and it's good. So yeah, we'll kind of we'll at least grab the points this time. So Boswell gets his 3rd field goal after all. Pittsburgh manages to get points, but man, oh man, it is still not looking good for him whatsoever. There we go. Let me just update my score over here, and there we go. And yeah, 24-9. Pittsburgh, as I mentioned, is down by 2 scores, but at least they're not down by 3. Progress? But this game could very well be over if they don't stop the Browns here. So I'm going to play this out for you as is. So kickoff time. Oh, hello. Oh, we're doing it again. Offsetting penalties. Wonderful. Okay, they're still getting at the 25. Yeah, originally I had rolled for them to get at the 25. Then we had offsetting penalties. Then we had to do it again. All right. All right, I think we know what Cleveland's doing here. Of course they're going to run the football. Duh. Chubb has had a really good night. But let's see if the Steelers can stop this or if the Browns are going to milk the clock for all they can here. Of course they're going to guess run. 1st and 10 from the 25. Okay, here we go. Everybody's got their timeouts. If the Browns end up scoring in this, I'm calling it. 9, 3 yards to start us off. Okay. We have a 2nd down here and 7. So now it's off tackle time. 7, Chubb is going backwards 2. So we have a 3rd and 9 incoming now. And Pittsburgh misses this end run. I didn't think they would do this. 3rd and 9. It doesn't matter because they stick with it. And yeah, a yard. And Chubb goes out of bounds as if he needed any reason to hate that one. All right, they get the stop, but some time got wasted off. So let's see what this punt looks like. 62 yards. Dang, not bad. 62, 39, so all the way back to the 11, and it's returned for a gain of nothing. Wow. Sins was not doing very good on the punt return front there. He must have been like screwing around or something because he gets no gain even after that long punt. What are you doing back there, buddy? Jeez. He has not been doing a very good job. He has been catching the football, not so much on punt returns. Maybe he's getting tired or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's enter Gunnar Olszewski here. I got to have 3 wide receivers. Another tight end is not going to do me any good. All right, so we're at the 3 wide set for Pittsburgh as Gunnar Olszewski checks in, and it's 1st and 10 here. Let's see. Yeah, of course they're playing pass. Cleveland is. So let's see what we got here. 7 yards to Sims. All right, Pittsburgh really isn't being too urgent here. Okay, wait. Did I do that correctly? Oh, yeah. Okay, you're good. All right, 2nd and 3. Cleveland just wants to check the run game. In reality, this is not what that is. And that's going to cost them a short gain. Will this hold up, though? Yes, 17 yards to Pickens, 1st down. But the clock is still moving, though. That's the only problem here. Pickens, for what it's worth, has over 100 yards, by the way. So there is that. He is having a good game. I can't say the same about the rest of the Pittsburgh offense. Well, Harris has over 100 yards, too. But that's about the only bright spot. Anyways, to the receiver, this is a short pass to Pickens. And let's give him 17 more in the 1st. Okay. George Pickens doing some work. The problem is the clock is going down quite rapidly. That is a problem. 1st and 10. You know what? Screw it. They're panicking a little bit. Oh, that's fun. All right. 34 yards to Pickens. He's all the way down to the 14. And the clock stops because we have an injury on the field. That is depressing. But Pickens just got 34 more yards. 43, 173. He's up to 173. Very nice for him. Not so nice for whoever this is about to be injured. Cleveland plays what? I don't even know. 4-3. So whoever's number 7 on the 6. It looks like their middle linebacker is gone. Okay. Middle linebacker out for 2 games. Ugh. So that means Deion Jones is gone. He'll be injured for this game and the next 2. Yeah, he's the 2nd Browns to go player to get injured, and their center went down earlier, but it's just for the game this time, and this will be kind of an issue for them going forward. But nevertheless, 1st and 10 from the 14. That unfortunately does help the Steelers. They're just going to keep feeding Pickens because he's doing well. Pickett, meanwhile, is going to have to run it. He needs 14, and he'll get half of that. So he gets down to the 7. That keeps the clock going, though, but at least it's 2nd and 3, so there is that, I guess. 2nd and 3. 5 on a flat. And, whoa! There we go! 9 yards and a touchdown! We finally can say the Steelers scored a touchdown. They would have gotten 9, but they needed 7 to enter the end zone here. And the move is finally loose. Pat Fryer move, that is. Excellent. I'm going to go for the extra point. Boswell's automatic, so unless this is an X, it's good. That way I can keep this at a 1-score game rather than just to waste it. So there we go. The Steelers' offense finally woke up. And we have ourselves a game unexpectedly, albeit with 2:45 remaining here. Steelers are now down by 8. They can still pull this off. Remember, they were down 24-6 not that long ago when I was about to turn off the lights. And, well, not so much anymore. Pittsburgh trying a late comeback. The power of 9 and 8 compels them, apparently. Oh, who am I kidding? It's week 2. It's still too early for that. Anyways, oh, they got all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. There's no need to go onside kicking it. All right. And the Browns will have it from the 25 anyway, so yeah. They've got all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. There is no need to really hit the emergency onside kick button. So we don't need to see that just yet. What we do need to see is maybe the Browns run out the clock or something. I don't know. All right. Anyways, it's 1st and 10 for the Browns. Of course, we know what's coming. They're going to try to milk the clock a little bit here. 11. And we're going backwards a yard. It's Chubb. The only question now is, do I want to use a timeout or no? That would bring us down to 2:15. I'm actually going to do it because of that. The Steelers will use their first timeout. Okay, so they have 2 remaining. 2nd and 11. 9 on an off tackle, and just free for Chubb. And no surprise, the Steelers will use their 2nd timeout. Thankfully, the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. Okay, 3rd and 8. You know what? Let's try it. 3rd and 8. This is something a little different. A pass, and that's what the Steelers actually think too. 6 on a flat. Incomplete. That has been the story of the Browns passing game. I don't think they've completed a pass this entire... You know what? I don't think they've completed a pass, let alone get positive yardage this quarter. Good grief. I'll have to check on that, but that's just sad. All right, Browns offense stalls out again, and it's 4th down. So the Steelers do get the ball back. Oh boy, that could be a problem. Meanwhile, how about a 62-yard punt? My goodness. All right, their kick returners had some issues earlier. Let's see. Okay, he will not fumble another one, thankfully, and he will get 19. So he's up to the 30, but what's this penalty? This could be a problem. Nope, no, there's nothing. Okay. So the Steelers do get the ball after all, and they need 70 yards to have a shot at tying this game. They have a timeout. They've got 1:52. Somehow, incredibly, the Steelers can actually tie this game and force it into overtime. They need a touchdown. They need a 2-point conversion. That's what we're looking at. I'm keeping Gunnar Olszewski in until we get close. Okay. 1st and 10 from the 30. Once again, desperation time for the Steelers. You know who we're feeding. George Pickens. He's been on hot. Let's see if that continues. 2 through 5 or a 12. This is a 12-yard gain. It is not. And, yeah, it's incomplete. All right. Of course, he's looking for Pickens. But Kenny Pickett throws an incompletion. Okay, 2nd and 10 here. 10 on a flat. And it's just 2 yards for Sims as he goes out of bounds. They are in hurry-up mode since they only have a timeout, but they're trying to avoid using their timeouts if they can. 3rd and 8. Yep, and we're doing that again. How about 2 more? All right, yeah, we'll let them go with the same amount of time here. 4th down, as Freiermuth only picks up 2, by the way. All right, 4th down and 6. This technically is for the game. All right, 4th and 6. They got to complete this, or this game's probably over. Well, actually, this game is over. I noticed, yeah, it hasn't been working out, so I'm going to go short pass. All right. 4th and 6. This is for the game. Pickett has to run. Can he get the first? Roll low. I'm pretty certain he has it, and he does, but what's this penalty? No, it's a false start. Offense. Oh, the play doesn't count. 5 yards. Do it over. 4th and 11 now. Ah, man, that sucks. Oh, okay. Pickett would have had the first down on a 14-yard scramble. Instead, we get to do it again. 4th and 11 for the game. 10 on a short. And Pickett goes down. Or does he? Oh, except the Browns were offsides now. Ooh, you idiots. So someone got the sack, but of course it's because they were offsides. It's a 5-yard penalty on the Browns, and we're back to 4th and 6. Oh, the only good news for the Browns is that the clock advances that time around. Last time in the full start, it didn't. Oh boy. I could either try to go back to a flat pass or keep it. You know what? I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Flat passes have been working for me too well on 4th down. All right, 4th and 6. Well, Pickett's got to run again. Roll low. No, that should be the game. And this time, Pickett gets flushed out, and that's going to do it. Pickett gets flushed out of the pocket. He tries to run for it this time, but the Browns are waiting for him. They've seen enough of that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, should end the ball game for him. Take a knee. 2nd down. 3rd down. Yeah, there's going to be a second left on 4th down. Steelers have no chance to get the ball back, so they're just going to allow 3 kneel downs from Watson there. So that's going to do it for us. And the Steelers tried a valiant comeback, but they just made too many mistakes. It ends up costing them in the end after all. Browns win 24-16. Whew. All right, well, at least... Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. That's better. At least the Steelers tried to make it a competitive game, but alas, they were stopped at the last minute. That last down was just wild, but oh well, it is what it is, so... Kenny Pickett ended up salvaging what looked like it was going to be a bad game. He got 266 yards in a TD. We mentioned George Pickens. He just went off, 9 for 173. Freiermuth had the touchdown catch. Boswell kicked 3 field goals. Najee Harris had a good game, 27 for 128. And the special teams forced a blunder on the opening kickoff that yielded them their opening field goal, but it was just mistake after mistake after mistake for the Steelers. I mean, 2 fumbles, one of which happened at the 1. And then not shown here is 2 special teams fumbles, one of which got recovered. It was on a punt. Punt returns. They're not shown here, but yeah, let's just say that didn't make things any better for the Steelers. Just 4 fumbles, 3 of them recovered, and yeah, that's how you lose the game there. Just too many mistakes. Now, Cleveland, I think if I'm looking at this correctly... Wait, never mind. I was just about to say, they probably didn't complete anything or get any positive yardage, but they did, now that I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, Watson was just absolutely terrible. 11 for 25, 106 and a TD with a... anyways, moving on. That's just... if you know, you know. But anyways, before I somehow end up getting banned on YouTube, Nick Chubb, 124 and 2 TDs for him, and then he had 28 yards through the air and a TD catch. Very nice game for him, unlike... Never mind. Anyways, Can't say the same about the Browns' receiving core. They just didn't do anything. But how about the defense? We mentioned Caleb Moore really quick, a field goal and 3 extra points. Their defense was just on. Myles Garrett, he quietly had a good game. I wasn't really paying attention to the defense, but he quietly had a really excellent game. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, including the one at the 1 yard line that cost the Steelers a TD. He got picked up both of them, too. So a really quiet but excellent game from him. The special teams unit forced 2 punt return fumbles after Sims muffed 2 of them. They managed to get 1 back, which led to the Chubb touchdown catch. So, like I said, blunders for just cost the Steelers this game as they fall to 1-2, right? Yeah, the Steelers will now fall to 1-2. Browns stay unbeaten at 3-0, and I believe they're now 2-0 in the division, right? Yeah, so now they're 2-2 in the division, which for them is key. So they are on track to retain their divisional crown, while the Steelers are on track to finish 9-8. We'll have to make sure that happens. Maybe. Oh, the dice will probably allow it. So, anyways, that's going to do it from me. Thank y'all for watching. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.